What's up, guys? I'm Nick Dorenzo, founder of the Highest Self program. I'm with my guy, Ciaran. This is one of my top clients. You guys know I don't take on everyone for an interview. It's only the people that either have like a fast recovery or just people that I know are have a lot to say and have an inspirational transformation. That's what Ciaran has done. I'm gonna be going you through Ciaran's story, some of the things he's overcome. He's gonna be sharing a little bit about his experience, hopefully to inspire you guys to show that it is possible. You can get out of it just as fast as you fell into it. Kieran recovered after like 43 days, and he didn't even really realize like when he was recovered because he just forgot about it. We were just talking about real life, problems.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kieran, can you briefly like introduce yourself and share just a little bit about you and your background?
yeah, sure. So my name's Ciaran, from England. I was struggling with DPDR for I'd say maybe around about a year and a half, at least, that I could noticeably like feel it having an impact like on my day-to-day life. And it was getting to a point where like I was just struggling and like thought I was going insane, like losing my mind, like thought basically just thought everything that was wrong with me like was going wrong basically. Um, and so I reached out to Nick and decided to join the course. And I think it's been nothing. His advice has been nothing but good to me. Like it's helped change my day-to-day life, and yeah, my days just feel so much more fulfilled.
I love
So
it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
been good.
Yeah, so he's killing it now. Yeah. So tell him like a little bit about like what was your life like before you started experiencing DPDR at all? Just like before any of the symptoms, all of it.
So I'd say before I started ever experiencing it, like my life just felt like normal to say. And then like I'd struggled in the past with mental health issues like anxiety, depression, stuff like that. And I was going through like a time where like assignments and stuff were like really taking a toll on like my like physical and mental health. And as a result of that, like my like I'd say my anxiety definitely started like increasing a lot, and I was starting to have panic attacks. And as a result of that, that's what I think triggered the DPDR inside me, and I just kept like spiraling into like a negative thought loop. And I was just getting nowhere really. And yeah, I mean, that's why I felt like I had to reach out.
Right. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah. So what would you say were like the most debilitating symptoms or sensations you experienced during your journey with DPDR?
I mean, yeah, I'd say definitely just at the start, like when you first join the program. I don't know if it's the same for all the other clients, but for me personally, like it was taking up, I'd say like 99.9% of like my brain's capacity. That's what it felt like at least.
Yeah.
And it was just constantly 24/7. Am I real? Like,
Uh-huh.
am I ever gonna get better? All of this kind of stuff. And like it just did feel like I never was going to get better. Like at the time, I was like Googling symptoms and stuff, which I know now probably set me back a few months at least. Um, and yeah, it was also having like, it was taking a toll on like my daily life as well, in the sense that I feel like it was stopping me from having like, from being motivated to like go out and enjoy my life basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dude, I love that. And it's like you stopped looking for solutions and that's what's got you fixed. You stuck to the one thing that worked. You did it.
yeah,
I'm so proud of you for that. Did
thanks.
you ever feel like you were the exception, like the one person that couldn't be cured, that couldn't recover?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, 100%. I'm sure you probably felt the same. I'm sure everyone else who's recovered feels the same.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things.
It's like
Like,
a symptom of it.
whenever,
Yeah.
yeah, and I suppose as well that triggers like the negative thought loop, just puts you back in that, which makes it worse. So yeah,
Yeah. What would you say like your biggest fear about like DPDR was? Like what was your biggest fear about DPDR when you were stuck in it?
Honestly, for me, so I'm at university right now, and one of the main reasons I wanted to join, well, do a course at university was to learn a language and do a year abroad. And it was coming up to the time that I was about to leave to go on my year abroad, and I was thinking, like, if I go to the other side of the world and like my brain is just still like messed up, I guess, like. I'm not going to be able to cope at all. And yeah, I didn't want it to basically ruin my experience. Like before that, I'd done 2 years of studying leading up to this point, and yeah, I didn't want it to like ruin my experience. So
Right.
I wanted to try and recover as soon as possible. But yeah,
And he did. He recovered just in time for it. Yeah,
yeah,
he's making new friends and all that there. It's awesome. So yeah, so how did the DPDR affect your daily life, like relationships, overall mental health? So you did mention that.
yeah. I mean, so there's probably like two stages I could talk about. Like the first stage, obviously, before I like joined the HSL program, and the second after I joined it. So I'd say before it was just kind of sort of just constant relapse of just negative thoughts, like just thoughts that affect like your mental health, your day-to-day life. Like even like your physical health, like obviously if your mental health is bad and you're thinking like everyone's judging me because I'm going insane or something, like all these symptoms that you're feeling, it's gonna stop you from maybe going outside as much as you would like to be, which is gonna like it's gonna have impacts on your physical health as well. So I mean, yeah, I was just so before I was just having these like recurring panic attacks and stuff, which obviously was not helping at all. And then since joining the program, like I'd say like when I first started watching the like videos for the course, like immediately it started to help. Like it was bringing it down at first, but by maybe like say even 5%. So like by that I mean thinking about DPDR within your brain like 99% of the time, and then bringing it down to maybe 95, then 90, and so on,
Yeah,
until you're at a point where it kind of the symptoms kind of go away on their own. So yeah, I mean, um, yeah, the course was good because kind of it explains why you're thinking what you're thinking and how to kind of overcome what you're thinking. So yeah,
it's a really good point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good answer, man. Like, was there like a lowest point you hit where you're like, I just can't live like this anymore?
I mean, I would say yeah, definitely. It just kind of felt like uh what's that movie called Groundhog Day where you're just like living the same
Yeah.
day over and
Yeah, I
over
talk about that a
again. Like
lot. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's basically what it felt like. And I was just like, I need to kind of take this into my own hands, like, and if someone can help me, like you help me, like then perfect. Like so yeah, the point was probably I was just every night before bed I was like having panic attacks thinking like I'm never gonna get better. Something's really wrong with me. Like, have I
Yeah.
got like brain damage? Like, am I losing my vision? Um,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah, am I even
Ugh.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the craziest thing. Um,
definitely.
yeah, so you hit that point, like, did you try any other methods, whether it was like therapy, any other solutions, um,
Yeah.
like what were those experiences like?
So I tried. So yeah, basically, I tried speaking to like the therapist at my university and like
Yeah.
tried reaching out there and because at first I had no idea what it was and then I discovered like DPDR and what it was and knew that from the symptoms I was feeling that that's what it was. So I
Yeah.
tried mentioning that to my therapist, but they said they'd never heard of like a case or something where it's constantly like they've heard about like cases where people have like snapped in and out of it for like an
Yeah.
hour or two a day
Yeah, like the
but
normal.
never
Yeah.
24/7
Yeah.
so yeah that's what happened when I went to the therapist, and then the
Crazy.
therapist like recommended me to go see a doctor, and then the doctor basically said the same thing. So I thought, what's the next best thing to do?
Yeah.
Which probably should have been the first thing I did, would be to talk to someone who's overcome it themselves. So yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people they don't even know about this, but dude, like a lot of times I've had like clients, their therapists search it up in front of them. It's
Oh yeah.
ridiculous, man, because like no one really knows about it and it's insane. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so you did reach out. Like what were some thoughts or fears that well, like, did you have any thoughts or fears about the possibility of recovery before starting the program?
Um, Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, like I did think, and I think it's natural that people might think like this, like I might be the one case, the one anomaly that doesn't recover.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I was having thoughts like that, but I think that's just natural. Like those are just negative thoughts that come with like anxiety and like DPDR, and having lived with it for so long, I think that's just natural that you feel like that. So
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah. And then like yeah, so like there was probably like a moment where you thought like, what if this doesn't work? Like, did you ever have a thought like that? Like, what if this doesn't work? And how did you get past that fear?
Yeah, it's like I mean, obviously, I feel like it's human nature. Like people just want stuff to come to them as easy as possible,
Right.
like with the least work put in, basically, to get like the highest outcomes.
Yeah.
So, like at first it was maybe a bit frustrating, like when like I wasn't able to see like a noticeable change like on how much of my brain was being occupied by like DPDR and DPDR symptoms and thoughts. So even though it was probably moving down by like say like 1% a day or like
Yeah.
0.1% a minute or something, like it was just kind of frustrating at first because
Yeah.
you do just want to anything that's wrong with you, you want to overcome it as quick as
Everyone
possible.
wants an overnight transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'd say. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what made you decide to reach out for help and start this recovery journey? What was that like turning point? You're like, fuck, I gotta reach out.
I mean, yeah, like I was saying, so I'd say maybe a year ago, I'd say a year ago from now, is when I started like talking to the therapist at university because I didn't want it to kind of, um, I didn't want it to like basically impact my social life and stuff
Yeah.
like that while I was at university. Um, so that's when I reached out then, and like when I was obviously just, I
You
was
had it for like a
struggling
year
with
and a half.
sleep.
Sorry to interrupt, but you had it for like a year and a half, right? I don't think we mentioned that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say a year and a half that it was noticeable at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, yeah, so like I didn't want it to basically impact my social life, and I was having like a lot of problems with sleeping at that point, which I thought was like the cause of the problem at first, and then I realized it's not. But um I was having like panic attacks and stuff every night before I was like going to bed trying to sleep. So that's why I reached out back then, and then
Got
it
it.
just seemed like it was going nowhere because no one knew what it was. And no one seems to know what it is unless they've had it. So
Yeah.
that's why I end up reaching out to you.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, so you reached out. Do you feel like you could have recovered yourself? You made a full recovery by yourself?
I mean, so what the what like my therapist said to me was I need to basically just go out and do more enjoyable tasks,
Yeah.
which I thought was just nonsense at the time. Like,
Yeah.
what, how is that going to help? I thought that was just gonna be like you take like a tablet or something, like
Yeah.
you just recover instantly, or like you take like some medicine, something like that. Or
Mhm.
if you just went to see a therapist, like by speaking about your problems, they go away kind of. But yeah, yeah, so that's what they told me basically.
Yeah. So without my help, do you feel like you could have done it?
Uh Without your help, I mean, no, because it's better, like it's definitely better to hear it like coming from someone who has recovered. So like how the therapist basically said, similar stuff to you, but obviously, like doing more enjoyable tasks. I mean, that's kind of um, one of the points in the program. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean. I don't think I could have recovered on my own because I would have just got so frustrated. And also, like hearing you explain in the videos, like how the brain works basically, and like
Yeah.
why you're thinking the thoughts, why you keep falling back into the negative thought loop and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I
Absolutely.
think, yeah, that helped a lot.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah. So what I say to like a lot of people is like, sure, you might be able to recover maybe if it takes you 5 years, 10 years, months, however long it takes you by
Yeah.
yourself, if you ever do. It's uncertain, but if you did, you don't know how you did it, right? They don't know the principles that got them
Yeah.
recovered. So what if they have a panic attack in 5 years when they have kids and they're working their dream job? So what we also did with Kieran is we turned him into the best version of himself. So it's more than just, oh, you recover. That's the standard. But I also, how much longer did I stay with you? Like I stayed with you weeks longer
Yeah, I
after you
know. I
recovered, and
mean,
I
to be
made
fair,
sure.
that's because I didn't know I had like recovered, but
Yeah,
yeah.
this guy, we just talk about self-improvement stuff. That's all we did.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you reached out. Like, is there anything specifically that stood out about like highest self that made you like
Uh,
decide to work with me?
I mean, I think for me personally, like I discovered you initially like on TikTok, just by like researching symptoms and stuff. And I think for me what stood out was like you're like a young man like similar age to me. I
Yeah,
thought like um if anyone's gonna know how to recover, it's gonna be someone, like I've said, who has suffered. And for me personally, I feel like I thought whatever you did would work for me because like we're similar like age and stuff.
yeah,
So yeah.
100%. Yeah, so tell them about like, well, how was your first week inside the program? What were the biggest mindset shifts or breakthroughs you had? Like after our first call, maybe going through the videos,
Um
other things.
yeah, honestly, like at first it's kind of hard like to kind of throw yourself like into I guess like difficult situations when you've been struggling for so long.
Yeah,
So I'd say the calls definitely help like keep me on the right track basically. And yeah, like every week it's just kind of about like adjusting your goals slightly and slightly until you notice like a full improvement. It's like the same way that you slightly think about DPDR less and less on a daily basis, basically. So yeah.
yeah. What specific parts of like the program do you think helped you the most? Whether it was like our calls together, things I told you to do, like your non-negotiables, was there anything that specifically helped you the most?
I'd say yeah, the calls were good, the non-negotiables as well, but I'd say like basically being in like the Discord server with everyone else is
The whole
kind of good
community.
because
Yeah,
yeah, we kind of can all motivate each other and like use each other as competition.
competition.
So I think that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we're gonna get into your whole entire freaking self-development transformation in a little bit. But Kieran, yeah, Kieran took it seriously, bro. He competed like he was. I'd say this to him. He's the most consistent person in the last month in the whole entire program by far. So that's why that's why he's recovered. But yeah, like what were some of the most pivotal moments along the way?
I'd say so. What was pivotal for me? I mean, like at the start, learning how the brain works. And yeah, like I've said, like why you're thinking, how you're thinking, and how to stop thinking like that. So I'd say that was a pivotal moment. And then, um, I'd say the first like moment where I felt like I was really starting to make progress was there
Yeah,
was like a 12-mile walk that I did that I'd had planned out in my head for like a few weeks, and
yeah,
I was putting it off every day. I was like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. And then one day I just kind of like threw myself into it. And then since then I think I've just been kind of um that kind of proved to me that I can do anything I set my mind to. So
love it.
yeah, since then I'd say I've just been developing myself like every day.
Yeah, was there any like so your recovery journey, like briefly, like just really briefly describe like what was the journey like? What was like the what did the recovery like really what was the journey that got you there? If that makes sense. What do you think?
Um, like since being on the course.
Just like yeah, just being in the program in general. From people that
Yeah.
like don't know like what was your recovery journey like? Like what did you do? Like what was the thing? Like what do you feel like got you there? If that makes sense.
I'd say basically waking up early, like win in the morning. And then yeah, so waking up early, having like a proper morning routine, having like a routine before bed, having tasks that keep you occupied during the day to take your mind off the symptoms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then yeah, I'd say that was good. And then just kind of gradually improving in like small steps, like on a day-to-day basis. And then yeah, you just kind of once you get to a certain point, then you'll stop feeling the symptoms, and then um yeah, you just feel like a much better version of yourself mentally, physically. Yeah.
I love that. I love that, bro. So, what do you feel like? What do you think makes the highest self program so special compared to stuff you find online or like a regular therapist?
Um it's yeah, I'd say it's good because it's not only about recovery, it's about how you can push on from after you're recovered. So um it's called the highest self program for a reason, I guess,
Yeah.
because you're
Hell yeah.
developing yourself like as in as many ways as possible. So once you've recovered, then you can continue to improve yourself and improve yourself. So I think that's what stands out about yeah, the highest self program.
And it's like actual action. Like therapists, you're going,
Yeah.
you're talking about how you feel, but you're not, you don't know how to recover. You don't know what to do. You had the
Yeah, and
full
I feel like
roadmap.
that's frustrating. Like when
Yeah.
you're just going to a therapist like weekly and you're just talking about the same stuff and it's like you're not really going anywhere. But like when you're actually doing actions, like when you're going out, you're completing your non-negotiables and stuff, like it's just it feels a lot better like mentally for you. So yeah.
Absolutely. Like, what role do you feel like taking action discipline plays in your recovery process?
Um, yeah, I mean, at first it might be hard, like that discipline, but like after a while, it kind of is kind of natural. But I'd say once you can prove to yourself that you can do like the small stuff, then you prove to yourself that you can do basically anything you want. So yeah,
Dude, that's it. Yeah, if you can overcome DPDR, you can overcome literally anything.
yeah,
How did you handle like the setbacks or moments when recovery felt like hard? Because I know it's like you have everyone has that day where it's like shit,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, how did you handle those?
Well, for me, basically, I just said to myself, like, if I just sit here and I'm just basically complaining to myself, like, I'm not going to get better. Like, the only way to get better is by proving to yourself that you, well, first of all, that you already are better and the symptoms have already gone away. And also by proving that even like in the most difficult times, you can kind of overcome it and still complete like your non-negotiables and stuff. So,
I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's choosing that like you're gonna be the one in control. It's you're not living. What we do is we make you not living as the effect to things. You're the one in control. And then when you did recover, was there like a specific moment when you realized, wow, I actually feel normal again?
Uh, Not it wasn't like it wasn't just like a moment like out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was kind of just like basically one step forward like every day, like just
Yeah,
growing by
I
maybe
have a question for you real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but like
yeah.
what I say online is like you have to become recovered mentally before you're recovered. You
Yeah.
were already mentally recovered before your nervous system caught up, right? Like,
Yeah.
weren't you like, was there ever a point where like you broke through? It was more of just like, okay, you joined the program within the first day, you were technically 100% recovered,
Yeah.
like the role we follow. And then tell them like, were you mentally there before? Like, how were you? So like, was it gradual? Was it like I had to remind you that like you're not even talking about it. Like, how was it for you when you
Yeah.
first realized?
Yeah, I mean, it was gradual, but like definitely, I think having it explained to you, like yeah, and how to stop falling into like negative thought patterns and stuff. I'd say that definitely sped it up. But yes, it was gradual, but like there was probably a point where I was probably feeling normal for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I just like wasn't I wasn't aware of it because I'd just been like feeling more and more normal every day. And like because of that, like I didn't know that I was feeling more normal, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Yeah. And then how does life feel now? How does life feel now compared to when you were struggling with the DPDR?
yeah, it just feels so much better. Like, just being able to go out and basically do whatever you want, like, go and spend time with friends, go and like, complete like different goals, like go on a hike or something, or, um, just do whatever. Like it just feels so much better and like using the kind of non-negotiables and stuff still they give you like kind of a roadmap for or like an outline for how like you can kind of plan out your day so you're not just like sitting at home like scrolling on your phone or something just like bored. Like it gives you something to keep you occupied like basically the whole day, so yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like you have direction now.
Yeah.
What are some things like you're doing now that you thought you might never be able to do again?
Um, I mean, for yeah, I mean, like even talking about like this right now without like falling back into negative thought loops and stuff, I
Yeah,
feel like I kind of never expected that I'd be able to do that because like in the past, like every time I tried to mention it to my family and stuff, like
yeah,
I was just kind of like relapsing and stuff. But also like on a social level, like spending a lot more time with like friends and family. And yeah, because like when you're like at your lowest points with DPDR, like you don't you kind of isolate yourself a bit, I feel like and yeah,
of
like
course.
as you're recovering, you spend more and more time put yourself in like more social situations and it starts to feel normal again. So yeah.
So socially a lot. That's awesome. Like that's something that changed for me as well. I was before I was like so isolated, I was had no confidence and it does you get so much more confidence than you ever had when you do recover because you like weaponize it. If you do recover the right way,
Yeah.
like we do in my program. Um, but yeah, so you feel like you've changed do you feel like your experience has changed you as a person?
Yeah, definitely. Like I feel like I'm a lot more like driven by my goals now. I feel like as well I'm a lot more confident. Like um I mean, I'm in a foreign country right now, speaking a foreign language, like making new friends, like
So
speaking
awesome,
the
dude.
foreign
Yeah.
language. Like, so I feel like in the past I would have never had the confidence to do that. I kind of would have just like been like sitting at home on my own, like just without any friends and stuff, not doing anything. But
Yeah.
like I'm just throwing myself in as many difficult situations as possible. So I'd say they're like some of the main like things that I've developed.
That's incredible. Yeah. And let me tell you guys about my guy Ciaran. So he joined. He wasn't really like into the gym, things like that, personal development. He kind of was, but everything was like kind of half there. The person he has become, you guys like see him now, but you don't see him when he first joined. He has become so much more confident, proud of who he is, and in general, just life's better. Like he this guy is breaking records in my community. Again, the community is so good because there's a standard, right? Everyone's
Yeah.
winning. If you're not up to the standard is recovery, and it's either you rise to that standard or you're out. And I keep it high standard, and this guy hit 50,000 steps in one day, which is it sounds weird to like celebrate a step count, but in my opinion, I think it's great because I told you what 10K steps a day. That was one of his like little non-negotiables to do. Just promises that he had to make with himself, and he he took it to a new level. Like this guy always set new boundaries, and everyone's like, "Holy shit!" in the community. So I'm so proud of him for that and everything you've done. Like, what's one thing you're most proud of achieving since your recovery? What do you feel?
I'd say like developing myself overall. Like I was saying, my confidence, like my self-talk and stuff. Like that definitely makes you like feel better mentally as well. Um, so yeah, I'd say that also having goals to work towards, and just basically every time you set like a new record in something, like I feel like that gives you like a kind of
Breakthrough, bro.
something to work towards. You want to
Yeah.
smash it, and then yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, dude. So sick. What would you say to someone right now who's currently experiencing the DPDR, the symptoms, feels like their life's over and feels like recovery is impossible? What would you tell them?
I mean, like I was in that situation and I felt the exact same. Like, I mean, the best thing I could say is like if you join this course, not only will you recover, you also just feel much better within yourself, like your physique, your mental health, everything. Um, so I'd say, yeah, the best thing you could do is join the course, but like also just um basically make a set of goals that you can work towards gradually every day. Like even
Absolutely.
if you work towards it by like 0.1% or something, like you're progressing, so you're going the right direction. So I mean, yeah, I'd say those are some of the things I'd say.
That's good
Like,
advice, dude. I
yeah,
love it. Yeah, like it's really good advice, bro. Find things that you're gonna stick to every single day. As long as you show up, you're always progressing. That's something I tell him. The reason the roadmap I gave Kieran was so good is because he knows exactly what he needs to do to recover. It's guaranteed as long as he shows up. So he doesn't need to mentally stress about anything. He can detach from the outcome, and we all know detaching and not stressing about the outcome, but doing your inputs every day is the fastest way to get results. Yeah, and if someone is watching this and still debating whether highest self is right for them, what would you tell them?
I mean, I'd say if you're still debating, then you're gonna I feel like you're probably going to end up like keep falling into like and relapsing basically into the like negative thought loops and stuff. So you're never gonna recover. And like I feel like the best way to recover as well is by doing it with like someone who can kind of mentor you and guide you like through your recovery. And I feel like that's one of the best things about this course. You've got Nick who like can mentor you through like the most difficult points of your recovery and
I was
stuff.
with you
So
every step of the way, dude. Every step of
yeah,
the
and
way.
like if you're having a bad day or whatever, you can just always reach out. Like it's really good in that sense. Like he's kind of got like advice for um like for example, like a few weeks ago I had food poisoning and like we set aside like different goals and stuff like that I could work towards even though I was recovering there. So I feel like yeah, it's good because even in like the most difficult times, the most difficult circumstances, like there's something that you can do that's going to keep you occupied, take your mind off like all the like difficult stuff that you might be experiencing and thinking about. So yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, dude. And then is there like the biggest takeaway from what would you say the biggest takeaway you have now is?
Biggest takeaway I'd say is just kind of how much better I feel within myself, like how I'm just waking up early, kind of just yeah, win in the morning, like just able to go out basically with a smile on my face and
Yeah.
do like whatever. Just I feel like a lot more my days feel so much more like fulfilled and like once I like get into bed at night like I just feel like I've accomplished so much during the day. So yeah, I'd say yeah, as long as like whoever's watching this is willing to follow the steps and stuff, they'll feel the exact same. So
I love
yeah,
that.
I'd say it's just about that self-development. That's probably the biggest takeaway.
Yeah, and you go to bed at night knowing you're proud of who you are. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing with your highest self. Yeah, so what would you say to someone who's like currently struggling, has all the funds, has seen the results, but's just scared to actually commit and invest in themselves? Because you had to invest in yourself at the end of the day. Like there was an investment.
Yeah. Um So could you repeat that?
Yeah, just like what would you say to someone that has the money, but
Yeah.
and seen all the results, but is still scared to actually commit and
I
invest?
mean, yeah, like you said, it's an investment in yourself. Like, if you're willing to like invest in yourself, like in the sense of money, then you're willing to invest in yourself, like by using your time towards like stuff that's going to make you a better person. Um, and you're willing to invest in like your mental health becoming better. Your your like yeah, just basically just invest in your life basically. So I feel like definitely, yeah, if you're willing to invest in yourself, then you're gonna see outcomes. So I mean, and it's kind of hard to see outcomes if you're not willing to put the work in. You're not gonna get like any results basically. So
I love that. Yeah. The thing about investing in yourself in general is like now that you've helped yourself, you can help other people. When you
yeah,
don't have
exactly.
yourself mastered, it's hard to like give stuff to your wife, your girlfriend, people at work. So investing in yourself is one of the best, is the only thing that really matters in yourself. I've invested in so many mentors myself when it comes to my self-development, everything I've been through. So yeah, would you say you regret investing in yourself and working with me?
No, definitely not. Like yeah, like without even like thinking about the DPDR like stuff, like just how you've changed my mindset like through your mentoring. I think that's just helped me have like a more positive overlook on not only my life but like just life in general and like made me appreciate all the small things. So yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's all. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers who might be struggling before we get off?
I mean, if you're ever struggling and you're in the course, like you can always reach out to Nick. Like he'll always have like some solid advice for you because I'm sure like him and like I've like we've all kind of been in the same situation and struggle with the same stuff. So like if anyone's gonna know, it's gonna be someone who's come through that and like come through looking over the wall, basically positive. Um, having seen like the results. So I feel like yeah, like if you're ever struggling, just talk to someone basically. It's like a bit
Absolutely.
cliche, but yeah.
No, no, that's great advice. Like, get it out there. Get someone who's been through it. Like, that's really good. Yeah, and at the end of the day, guys, that's my guy Kieran. Every single time someone comes out, not only is another life changed, but not only is another life changed, but more people were inspired by seeing it happen. I learn more, I make it better, and the system gets faster and faster. So Kieran is not only recovered, but he's in the process of chasing his highest self. You never hit your highest self. I'm not even
Yeah.
close. But when you're in alignment with your highest self, that's what recovery is. Now this man's gonna go out, he's gonna get a nice job. He's gonna get a nice wife. He has a whole roadmap to live his best life. And I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. But yeah,